Hello everyone, welcome to the Economy Primer series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's topic is critical minerals in India, and we are going to discuss its economic aspect and its economic importance. So before moving to the points of discussion, first of all you should know that why we are discussing this topic, because recently Government of India has listed 30 critical minerals, and as the name suggests that critical because it is not easy to find out and which has lots of extraction process and which has a high economic value and also the environmental value. So that's why the name is called critical minerals. So moving to the points of discussion part. So first of all, we are going to discuss that why this topic is into the discussion, and then about critical minerals. So intro will have about critical minerals, and then critical minerals and energy resources. Will try to discuss the correlation between two. Why does India need a critical mineral list? Government initiatives regarding critical minerals, practice question problems and means. So moving to the discussion part. So here we have taken few cutouts of newspaper, and the first cutout says that mining for critical minerals, what is the auction process and why is it important? So recently we have seen that India has launched its first auction process, and maybe it can be benefited around 4,000 crores. So that's why we have chosen this topic. Then Mines Ministry proposes a new set of royalties for 12 critical minerals. So recently we have also seen that out of 30 minerals, there are 12 minerals which has been set for the royalties. And these royalty will help the states to know about their revenue and how much revenue they are earning from these critical minerals. Suppose that tungsten is there, cobalt is there. So different state has a different kind of critical minerals, and they decide different royalty rates for different kind of the minerals depending upon the economic importance and depending upon the extraction process, and it helps in a way state to garner so much revenue from these minerals. So that's why these revenue and royalties policies are very important. Union Minister Prahalad Joshi unveils list of critical minerals for India. So we already discussed that 30 minerals have been listed, and India's quest for critical minerals. So how much India is trying to invest into such things. So moving to the next slide, which is introduction about critical minerals. So what is critical minerals? So any non-ferrous mineral element, substance or material that Secretary of Energy determines, and they have two criteria. The first criteria is it has a high risk of supply chain disruption, and the second criteria is soft and essential function in one or more energy technology, including technology that produce, transmit, store and conserve energy. So in the discussion part, we already discussed that we'll try to make relation between energy resources and critical minerals. So here it shows that how they are important to each other, and they play a pivotal role in driving growth and development across various industries. And global economy is so much dependent on the critical minerals, and each country has had a different set of critical minerals. USA has 50 critical minerals, Japan has 15. So each country has had a different parameter to identify critical minerals, depends upon the ability of the minerals in their landscape. So this is a brief about critical minerals, and they are very useful in nowadays in telecommunication, electronics and defense transport. So that's why they are called as critical minerals, and for a developed economy all these factors are very much important. So that's why they are called as critical minerals. Moving towards the next slide is about critical minerals and energy resources. So how much Government of India and others are keen to invest in critical minerals. So coming to the 2021 data, so investment in critical minerals developed, which was 20%. So in 2021 it was 20%, and in just 1 year it has rose by 30%, which is a very huge that it has rose by 10%. And the lithium has seen the sharpest increase because of its economic importance. Today is the day of mobile phones, laptops, so many computers, and lithium is used in the making battery of such things. So that's why lithium prices has been rose and its investment has been rose, because it is giving so much market and business to business opportunity. And company based in China nearby doubled their investment spending in 2022. So we have increased by 10%, but in the China it has doubled. It means that China is investing a lot to the critical minerals, and depending upon their what kind of critical minerals they have in their country, sometimes we share the common critical minerals, and that creates another form of competition between two countries. And if any person has more ability of such kind of minerals, it means that the country is becoming rich and their economic condition is becoming rich. And it also depends that how you are efficiently using your critical minerals, what is the market base for your critical minerals, what is the process of extracting critical minerals. So these are the factors in which China has an upper hand. So that's why it has doubled its investment. And exploration spending also rose by 20% in 2022. And overall, despite of having several setbacks and challenges, the overall investment and overall the startup sector in critical minerals has rose by USD 1.6 billion, which is also huge in number. And why its importance is increasing day by day? Because of the clean energy technologies, because India is also moving towards clean energy, and we have recently COP28 and Paris climate change, in which we had promised to the world that we will try to move towards the clean energy technology. And so many countries had also took oath that will decrease by 1.5 degrees Celsius. So by committing all these kind of places and by fulfilling our needs, we need to be dependent on the clean technology. And in the clean technology, the critical minerals plays a pivotal role. So this is the investment criteria of energy resources. Moving to that, why does India need a critical mineral list? So you already know that we have identified 30 critical mineral list, and here we have become the 5th largest reserve for the rare earth materials. And India boasts a production of 95 minerals, and so we have the production of 95 minerals, and among them we have 30 critical minerals. And why there is a problems in so much of identify critical mineral list? So we have lots of problems. We have some technological problem, we have also the political problems, and so many administrative problems. So because of that, all these critical minerals are becoming so much vulnerable. And how they are vulnerable? So the first thing is that mitigate supply chain disruption. So in this manner, we have to identify that how to decrease the vulnerability of the critical minerals. So first, what we have to do, that you have to focus on the supply chain disruption. So we produce huge amount of minerals, but our supply chain are not effective in nature, because our extraction process are not effective in nature, and we still dependent on so many imports for the other countries. So we need to improve that. Advancing self-reliance efforts. So despite of having production of 95 minerals, we are highly dependent on the import services. So here we have to be focused on self-reliance, and we have to also bring the policy of Atmanirbhar Bharat in the terms of the minerals, also providing a framework for policy formulation. So right now we have a clear policy to identify critical minerals, but we don't have clear policy for the extraction. Many times we are using backward technology. Many times we don't have clarity on the importance of such kind of the minerals. We lack research and development in terms of the mineral resources. So we need a definite policy formulation in regard promoting cleaner technology. So if we will promote cleaner technology, we definitely need more critical minerals and other kind of the minerals. And if we know the importance of these two, then we will definitely promote the cleaner technology along with the critical minerals. So these are the things and factor that India needs their critical mineral list. And these are the list of imports that despite of having the production of 95 minerals, we are still dependent on many minerals for the other countries. And these are the things we have here listed, and here we don't have to be dependent and to find out that which country is producing which much, but here we can have a vague idea that for lithium we are dependent on the China, Belgium, Netherlands, US and Japan. For vanadium, Kuwait, Germany, South Africa. So here are the list of 14 or 15 minerals in which we are dependent on other countries. And here there is no only one factor, there are other factors, and many countries are involved here, which make us very vulnerable, that despite of having huge mineral resources, and India's land is known for the mineral resources, we have to be dependent on such countries. And here so many countries are involved, majorly the Russia, China, South Africa. So here we can see that despite of having the self-reliance policy, we have to be solely dependent on the China for many things. So moving to the next slide is that what are the government initiatives regarding this, because we already had discussed that how much they are crucial for the economy, because they are not just helping in the technology, they are also helping in cleaner technology, also in telecommunication, defense sector, military sectors, and everything is correlated with the economy. And if all this sector will boom, then definitely economy will also boom. So here the establishment of KABIL, which is Khanij Bidesh India Limited, and here there is a alliance of three things, which is Khanij Bidesh India Limited, National Aluminium Company, and Hindustan Copper. And here they try to do mineral exploration with the stake ratio of 40, 30 and 30. So it means Khanij have 40, National Aluminium Company has 30 and the Hindustan Copper has 30. So in that way they try to explore different kind of minerals that are required for our Indian industries. And then we have alliance with India and Australia, because Australia is also mineral rich country. So we had made alliance with India and Australia, and here we have become investment partnership, and in which Australia is investing a lot in Indian minerals. So here there is another initiatives, and Australia is funding so many exploration projects to India, that how or in which manner the minerals can be explored so that we can use in a different sectors. And they are also trying to ensure the extraction effort, stable supply of vital minerals, and India's growing industrial demand. So if we will ensure all these things, our industrial demands will be also fulfilled, and for that we are taking the help of Australia. Moving to the another side, which is very important, which is mineral security partnership. So it is an initiative by United States, under which India is also a part. And what this initiative do? So it has a stable supply of raw materials for participating economies. And here we have a focus on raw materials, which is very good part. And its primary objective to maximize economic benefits by leveraging geological resources. So their primary benefit is that how with the help of geological services and resources we can maximize our economic benefits, and India has become part of such initiative. It means that it will also help India to maximize their profits in terms of economy, and how in terms of mineral will boost our economy. And they will also help in recycling of the critical minerals, which is very much important in today's era, because we are also discussing about the environmental problem. And if we will have this provision of recycling of critical minerals, so that the minerals could not be wasted and we can recycle for the other things, and there should be a different kind of economy in which nothing will be wasted, and it will bring India's another kind of the boost, the morale boost, and it will give confidence in the research and development. And here the main focus is on the raw materials. So with the help of raw materials we can boost our economy, because we can make it into the finished products which can be useful for the electricity generation. And India is largely becoming dependent on the electric vehicles. So because of that, MSP can be a biggest tool for our dependency on the electric vehicles, and we are shifting towards the cleaner technology. So in that sector this MSP will work a lot. And moving to the next slide is about the practice question for prelims. And this question is, which of the following mineral is considered critical for various high-tech industries due to its essential role in electronics and renewable energy technologies? And here are your options: quartz, lithium, gypsum, and feldspar. So you have to answer in the comment section. Moving to the mains question. The mains question is, discuss the significance of critical minerals in the context of sustainable development and challenges associated with their extraction and supply chain management. So first, what do you have to do? That you have to define that what are the critical minerals. So you can write like this, that supply risk plus economic importance makes any mineral as a critical mineral. So this is the brief example and brief definition of critical minerals. And then what are the challenges associated with the extraction process? So first, we lack on the R&D part, which is research and development. So many times we don't know the importance of particular minerals. The second, we have backward technologies despite of having huge mineral resources. Third, that supply chain. Despite of having 95 minerals, we are still dependent on import for different countries, because they have an efficient supply chain and they have an efficient amount of minerals also. So where we lack? So we lack in the supply chain, we lack in the extraction process. So first we need to improve our extraction process, we need advanced technology, and then with the help of advanced technology we will be also able to do supply, and we can supply important minerals to other countries, and we can make more money from the supply chain improvement. So these are the challenges we have, and in conclusion we can say that India's effort like mineral security policy and then Khanij and every kind of policy is very much efficient, and India has also identified 30 minerals. It is also imposing royalty, it is also doing auction. These are the very positive steps in terms of the identification of the critical minerals, and this will definitely help our economy. But here we have to focus on other things also, just like the supply, just like the business factor, just like the development of the masses which are related to the profession of the critical minerals, that how they are their aspiration and their demands are fulfilled. So in that way you can conclude your answer. I hope you like this lecture. If you have any question related to this lecture, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.